Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Is my mic loud enough? I'm just pet hunting. Bored. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Jack Lennox. I just been streaming a few days. I just do it for fun. I could put my headset mic on, that might be better. Mic check, mic check. Test, test, test. Mic check, mic check. I'm from Alabama. Okay, good. Cool. Guess my other mic doesn't work good. Put it out the way. Do you play old school RuneScape? I have more people watching. I play my other video game at nighttime. I just play RuneScape through the day. I'm disabled, so I don't have nothing else to do during the day. What games do you play? I got all the logos and stuff set up on Kick. I'm streaming to Kick, YouTube, and Twitch all at once right now. I got everything set up on Kick. I haven't really set up Twitch all the way yet, nor YouTube. I set mostly Kick up right now. I watch a lot of streamers myself. I don't watch regular TV anymore. I mostly just watch streamers. Alright, I sent you a follow. Sure. Are you streaming? Oh, I don't have a Discord set up yet. I need to do that today sometime. What's your name on Discord? When I set up Discord, I'll add you. Alright, so I'll send you an invite here in another while. I have to set up a Discord server. I'll do that here. I'll do that in a little bit. I'll send you an invite. I don't really like Discord, personally. I'm just chilling right now. About to go get some food. I don't do social media, brother. I don't even have a personal Facebook. I just play video games. I was gonna add your Discord when I install it, but I don't know why you keep on insisting. Are you trying to scam or something? There's a lot of scammers on this game. If you want to share your work, just stream. I can see it there. Other than that, I don't know which kind of work you're trying to refer to. What kind of work are you referring to? I'm not sure what kind of work you're trying to talk about, man. Blog against scammers. Fucking scammers. I share my work. I share my work. Who gives a fuck about your damn work, man? Play a video game. Quit trying to scam people. God damn. Fucking Twitch. That's why I hate Twitch. That shit's fine. Share my work there. Okay, waiting request. First, can you check my work? Bullshit.
because they're monitoring what you're saying, which is why I thought it was such a sham that you had the heads of the platforms come down and say, yeah, we don't really know what to do in terms of content moderation and stuff. You know, you say we go for the majority with our rules, not the minority. That's not always true. We pass a lot of laws to protect minorities. We passed a law to give all of the platform providers complete insulation from any litigation about what's on their sites.
No. I said that in a functioning government, we should be passing laws that protect
in a functioning government.
I'm aware that
but sometimes you got to
minority.
protect the little guys, no question. But we spend a lot of time protecting the big guy. They can't be sued for anything that's on their site, okay, content-wise. Do I like that rule? No, I understand it. They're not exactly publishers, but I think they're closer to publishers than we're giving them credit for. But they are using all of our information for their own needs and benefits. Candace is right to read her thing. And every time they say, we've updated our terms and conditions, you got to click this to keep on existing. You click that shit. You know, you click it because you want to keep going. And they are selling it, they're using it, the cookie preferences, all these things, it's already happening. The China thing is scary, right? Could it happen here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why? Because the more we get into silos and we punish conversation like this, and we punish positions, and we punish thoughts, the more you're asking for it. And the more that you will allow fringe minorities to wind up overtaking the overall dynamics. And you see it in your government already. You see your elected representatives reflect the interests of motivated minorities more than they do the majority. So much so that now the largest voting bloc in this country is people who say they don't want to be Democrat or Republican. It's the first time in our history. So is there hope for Candace to get up in the morning and dance around? Yes, because more of you than ever before don't want to be part of the game anymore. But that doesn't mean the game's over. And in terms of this, it's happening every day in all kinds of ways. And they definitely know who you're going to vote for. You didn't need Jordan Peterson to tell us that. They know, they bank on it, literally. They literally take it to the bank. The sophistication that you get when you sit down with get out the vote analysts and pros, and the technical data of how you shape messaging online, they pinpoint millions of people that will respond to certain messaging certain ways. So the question is, what do we do about it? Because it's already happening.
This is
Tom, your thoughts on here?
Yeah, this is why Bitcoin has been very popular. Not because, oh, it's a rebel currency, but also because it's aligned with the blockchain. And the blockchain not only gives you certainty of certain transactions, it also gives you confidentiality. Why do you think governments don't like blockchain? Because it gives citizens unique confidentiality in certain regards. However, that same blockchain could ensure complete integrity of elections, which is also why both sides of the uniparty don't want it, because they're both in a war to kind of game it from two sides of the street. And I think what's happening in China is the dark side. Anything that's good could be used for bad. And from the very, very beginning, if you knew the origins of Facebook, you know, he referred to people who were so dumb to be allowing the information to be there. The founders of Facebook referred to, well, they are so dumb just to put everything here. Because if you're getting something for free, you're not the customer, you're the product. And you're being sold to the advertiser, when you think of it that way. And what's happening in China is the dark side of all this coming to light, where the pendulum will go back and forth. You'll have, you know, conservative side of the uniparty in power, and they'll want to use the information on the entire populace this way. Then everybody will get upset, and the liberal will get elected, and then the liberals want to use it this way on the people. And it's horrifying what's happening. And so I want as small of a digital footprint as I can have in terms of my personal information, but it's getting harder and harder to do it.
Why isn't the rule that everybody in the country gets given an identification? Why isn't it, instead of putting it on the individual to go and get the ID, why don't you reverse it and have it where when the baby's born, that kid is given an ID, and obviously you update the photo. You get a social security number, right? But I'm saying if what we want is this type of transparency mechanism, why not reverse the onus, and instead of it being on the individual to go and get an ID or whatever it is, why isn't it on the government and have it be automatic? Why isn't it that way?
maybe I don't understand what you're asking, because I think we're doing an element of it with Social Security when we've had 4 kids, California, Texas.
But there's no picture on that.
Okay, so you're saying right off the bat to do what? To get...
Why
but
not?
by the way, I actually like it, because see if I'm kind of reading into it. And if I'm going a little bit too much with ayahuasca community, bring me back, okay? Is your concern that you want to figure out a way for the left to get newborn babies to vote? Because that's brilliant, bro. If that's like what you're going
to reduce
salute,
the voting age,
dog. I mean, that's like
reduce the voting age.
That's where he's going. Yeah.
Reduce the voting age to 8 months.
Let's transition to the next topic. That was plenty here. I watched a video just this morning, by the way. So I brought this video into Rob this morning. I watched this African-American lady talking about abortion, and it just popped up on my phone. I'm like, what a way she explained an ex-boyfriend of hers she had that was a rich guy, and she explained abortion in a way that's fascinating. Rob, if you can play this clip, I want to get everyone's reaction on this, because is there a part of the government forcing people to need the government so they do what they need them to do to control that voting block? I don't know, but hear her argument here. Go ahead.
They don't got abortion clinics at the border. They're telling us as American women, specifically black American women, we need to abort our children. But if you coming across the border with your baby, oh, come to the land of milk and honey, the great land of opportunity. We'll take care of you. Joe Biden even said, I'll give illegal immigrants coming across the border $400,000 a piece. Can you imagine if they were to go to that black single mother living in the hood, not even $400,000, offer $4,000, because I know some black women that can make something jump with $4,000. Offer her $40,000. You know why they'll never give us that? Because they know that we'll never need them again. Welfare reminds me of an old man I used to date. I was in a relationship with him for 11 years. He would never marry me, right? But whenever my bills were due, I would tell him he would give me just enough. He had a whole lot of money. He would give me just enough. Rent due, $1,200, he'd give me $1,200, not 1 cent over, because he knew that every month the rent was due, that I would have to come back to him. He wouldn't give me $100,000 and say, here, baby, bump that, go buy you a house and start you a business, because then he felt like I wouldn't need him. The government system is the same way when it comes to black Americans. They'll never give us enough to get over and get up. It's only enough to make sure we continue to come back every 30 days so that we can remain slaves to their system.
Wow. Wow.
Thoughts?
It's a fact. I mean, trillions of dollars spent on the welfare system. Black Americans are poorer today than when it was established. Here's another fact. In the 1950s, under Jim Crow laws, black Americans were outpacing white Americans in terms of economic growth. It's during Jim Crow, before they even said Civil Rights Act, and now you get your equal rights. Lyndon Baines Johnson, as I said, factually, the reason why they don't want people to know their history or learn history or be able to read books is because when you have those capabilities, you recognize how absolutely sinister and how avowedly racist Lyndon Baines Johnson was. Don't believe me? Check his record in the Senate, right? Every time there was a measure to help black Americans, he voted against it virulently. And so you have that, they create this system, and the system literally says we will give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, to break down the black family. You fast forward today, you look at the circumstance in black America, how black Americans are suffering and how they can't attribute it back to the very same people. They actually go say, we need more governance in order to fix this, right? Because you have these things like BLM that pop up that are sponsored by the government that convince black Americans to riot and to loot down their own neighborhoods, to set them backwards even further. And they are completely deluded in believing that it's the white man that is causing these issues when it has always been the government that has caused these issues. And abortion is an infuriating topic, again, not knowing history, seeing women parrot things like my body, my choice, and not knowing where that literal birth control propaganda and abortion propaganda came from. Well, you should read Margaret Sanger's writings. She wrote a piece called Birth Control Propaganda. She was another avowed racist and avowed eugenicist, not just towards black Americans, because at that time, Italians were coming in, Germans were coming in. I think I saw on your Wikipedia, your grandpa came in 1890. They hated them too. They were racist toward them too. And her thing was, and she wrote this to Dr. Clarence Gamble of the Procter & Gamble family, a rich kid who inherited $1 million just for being born in the right family, who was also concerned about immigrants and black people procreating. She wrote in a letter, you can go look it up. We don't want word to get out that we want to sterilize the black race. So how do we package to them? She said we can make an appeal to their ministers. We can go to their churches and tell them to sell this sort of a thing. And so it's infuriating. I look forward to the day when we can stand outside of a Planned Parenthood clinic and it will be a Holocaust museum for the black people that have been murdered systematically, intentionally, by racists.
Rob, can you pull up that chart of 1964, what Lyndon Johnson did? If you can zoom in on this a little bit. So this is, it's not showing the top. This is showing the growth of unwed childbearing in the U.S. from 1929 to 2013. And this is from the U.S. Government Census Bureau. If you look at what it was back in the early, from 1930 to 1960, we're at around 4%, okay, is where we were at. Lyndon Johnson comes in, war on poverty begins, we go all the way up to 41% today in America at a time where the world average is around 7% and China and India are at 4 and 3% and we're sitting at 41%. It's a travesty what some of these bad policies did to this incredible community. So Chris, why do you think you know, Stephen A. Smith, you and I and Stephen A. are friends, and you know, we'll be in some group text, and you know, you guys, you know, we'll have our conversations together. But Stephen A. gets up there and he challenges what's going on, and I, you know, remind him of one time when he said, you know, I think what the Democrats need to do is they need to not vote Democrat and vote Republican for one time and see what happens.
My
right?
username is
It's easy to say that,
12.
but then it's actually go through it, right? And God knows today's a very hard time for a guy like that.
It's also not easy to say it, not even for a black man.
Very, very hard to say it, and he got a lot of heat for it, and he still continues to get heat. When he had his first guest, I think he had on his podcast, was Hannity. You were the second one that he had on the podcast, right? And he's in sports culture, so he has influence in a very different way, right? Why do you think, you know, the data we're looking at, why do you think this lady who's telling the story that she's saying, why do you think if she is giving her perspective and then Candace is talking about the history, why do you think this keeps happening over and over again, specifically with the black vote?
Because it works. It works for the system. It works for the people in power. It works for them to continue to keep voting blocks dependent on them. You know, look, one of the good things is, you know, 10 years ago, maybe, I don't know, 8, we would have never seen that video. The access of people to be able to tell their stories now and put out information and perspective. I mean, is there risk with it? Yeah, you know, you can get sold things, people can lie and all that, but seem really impressive. But there's an upside also. Look, why did China come up with its social credit system? Because power loves to shape behavior. Power loves to shape behavior. Power loves to create conformity. And that's why it's establishment versus disruption right now in America, because we're dealing with it here as well. I know very few things for sure. I know that the system has failed us of the two-party system. I know it's the root of these problems. I know it is. I also know that we are doing ourselves a massive disservice by getting away from conversation. One of the reasons that this matters to me and that I am happy to be here with Candace and with Patrick and with the home team fellas and with you guys, we are killing ourselves by denying ourselves conversation. Stephen A. Smith getting beat up as a black man for saying things that aren't popular on the left, first of all, is just nuts, right? I mean, the guy can't say what he wants to say about people like him without getting beat up by a bunch of white people who all of a sudden are going to say that they're covering the mantle. And now I say this, I sit here next to her, and now all of a sudden people are going to make a big list of assumptions about everything that I'm about. Shame on you. I think that we're killing ourselves with this. Part of the answer has to be what you've been trying to do so much, Pat. And it's why I wanted to get to know you, and it's why the more I get to know you, the more I love you, is you got to let people say how they feel. And when it's not making sense to you, you check it. There's nothing wrong with that. We do that in our real lives all the time. But when it comes to politics, all of a sudden, you don't just disagree with me. It's not that you're in favor of voter ID. I'm not in favor of voter ID. And therefore, I am evil and hate Jesus and should go directly to the fifth circle of hell. Who does this benefit? See, you want to talk conspiracy, whatever. Here's mine, okay? One, I believe that there's a conspiracy afoot that keeps tuna from biting my bait because other people catch. I don't catch. I think it's dirty. Second, who is benefiting from this? Who is benefiting from, if Candace and I don't disagree, she's got to be bad. This is a bad person right here. Tucker's favorite word. He doesn't mean it this way, I think. By the way, I'll get beat up for saying that. But he uses the word evil a lot. Whenever he says that he doesn't agree with a position, he'll be like, oh, I don't know why Biden is saying this. He is evil for saying this. That's just his default mechanism.
And
but
Chris.
Tucker yet sat down with me. I don't know if you heard, we sat down. Tucker and I have the same lawyer. So when Tucker lost his job, my lawyer said to me, who's a beautiful guy, I won't say his name because then people will hate him for no reason, that he's like, hey, would you call Tucker Carlson and talk to him about how he's processing all this stuff that's going on with him because you went through it? And I was like, no, man, I really don't want to call Tucker Carlson. He chewed on my behind like it was a dog toy for years. And I wound up calling him because why not? You don't want to try to, if you can't help somebody, you don't do it. And I became ashamed of myself that was my reflex because of what I think about the guy's politics, and a little bit because he was kicking my butt gratuitously on a regular basis. But that shouldn't be demonized. Why is my phone literally hot right now from all the comments as word spreads that I'm having a conversation with Tucker Carlson? Why are all these people killing me for sitting down with the guy? Why? Who is that benefiting? Why is it that if Candace comes on my show, there'll be hell to pay? Then the crazier question is, why do I keep doing it? Why? I don't get paid to be controversial. I don't have a following, okay? I don't have it's much easier to pick a side. You want to be a star in the media, pick a side. Pick a side. And if I were you, I would pick the right, because you guys are much more loyal to your side than the left is. Be a star, be telegenic, make good arguments, do a little bit of homework, pick a side. Who's benefiting from that? I really think you got to start asking yourselves that question, because we demonize disagreement. One of the reasons that this has been so cool is that you realize that you may not agree, but it doesn't mean that you hate. And they're making us hate one another. Even in Biden's tone last night, okay? And again, they all took this low bar idea from me, by the way. I'm the one who said it this morning, that you set Biden up for success. Whether or not he has a stroke is the new measure of the American president. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Tom's right in his analysis of what he didn't deliver last night. But
we're going to hear about that all weekend.
But why would he? But why would he deliver any of those things? His tone. Why is the left happy about Biden this morning? One, because he didn't have his stroke, right? Yeah. Two, he was aggressive. He's got fight. He was taking it to Trump. What is this, UFC? Is that what we want?
Tomorrow.
Is that what you want? Is to see who's the angriest, who's the meanest? Who does that benefit? Start asking yourself the question of who benefits from keeping you divided, because this is the answer. Not hitting myself in the mic, which I'm sure you enjoy. This is the conversation is the answer. They don't want you to have conversations. And you should ask yourself why.
Candace, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I think, first and foremost, I also use the word evil but I do separate. I think there are people that, blindly support evil and their hearts are in the right place. And I think there are people that are aware of the evil and they continue to support it because they feel, it figuratively butters their bread. They're getting paid for it in some regard. They're being lobbied for it in some regard. And then there are the people who are plotting at the top, the criminal enterprise that is running this country. And I would love to see a chart, by the way, when you show how poor Americans are getting. I'd like to see how rich the politicians are getting, right? Because they're just getting richer and richer.
Great business model.
You see their account that tracks their stock trades?
Yeah.
I have a buddy who's been trading on those trades as an aggregate. He's up 16%. They do pretty good.
Chris, be careful saying that. You may get canceled. The establishment may come
Again?
after you specifically.
How
Just
many
be
times
very
can you
careful.
be canceled?
You just offended Nancy Pelosi. That's very
And Pat,
offensive. Please
Chris,
watch
the
your
Pelosi
language. Go ahead,
index, you
Vinny.
can
And Pat,
follow
if
the
I
Pelosi
may,
index.
because Chris, and you
Trying to
you said-
protect this guy. They don't have to check his ID. But go ahead. You were
and
saying.
you said it, Chris. These conversations need to happen, and I love, and that's why everybody loves PBD. But on you, Chris, I think people, they have to give you credit for literally coming into a lion's den and being the person you are and having that conversation. So you practice what you preach, and I respect the shit out
Yeah,
of you for
it's
doing
great.
that.
My man.
Seriously.
All right. So, by the way, I just got a report right now. This was the #1 biggest stream that took place on YouTube right now, record-breaking, and on all streams going on. So phenomenal to everybody watching. Couple other things I want to announce to you guys. We love doing this live. Chris and I, we've been going back and forth. And we have finally come to an agreement that we'll be working together. We'll be representing Chris. Chris will be coming on more podcasts. So we're going to be fighting, arguing a lot more often. And there's a partnership now moving forward. Of course, everything he's doing with cable is with News Nation, even to the point where I have a News Nation t-shirt that was brought to me here from our friend Chris, but I have it over here. But you're going to see a lot more of Chris here with us. We're talking to a lot of people. I like to talk to people I disagree with. Maybe it's a challenge that I have. I like debates. Everything to me is a debate. When we're having conversations, we're always fighting. And then it always ends with brotherly love, which I love that part of it. And our initial conversation was about the fact that I loved how his relationship was with his son, with his brother, that they were protective of each other. I got my oldest son sitting over there, and my other son is at the house. I value that a lot. And for some of you that are watching this, if you got questions that you want to ask Chris, that he pissed you off, you're like, I cannot believe you would ever say such a thing. If you DM him on Instagram, he won't get back to you. If you
Not a
DM him on
chance.
Twitter, not get back to you. Not on LinkedIn. However, you can connect with Chris Cuomo, and that's his account. You connect with Chris Cuomo. He'll get back to you. Audio, video, all of that stuff you want to do. And by the way, if you love Vinny, Tom, and Adam as well, their Connect is also going to be up there. And if you can put that up there as well so people know, Vinny right now is, a lot of people are asking, say, where's Vinny's new suit? We're about to go buy Vinny a new suit. For those of you guys that are supporting him, it's coming here soon. Much love to you. But more importantly, I am a very, very, very big fan of Candace Owens. Very. And I'm going to tell you from what perspective. I think, you know, you watch everybody. A guy is, yesterday he's interviewed me for his podcast. I'm having a conversation. So you keep talking to me, you're going to run for 40 years. You know, what is really what you're going to be doing for 40 years? I said, you know, some of the stuff is public. Some of the stuff is private. Some of the stuff is just, you know, it's me and the man upstairs that we're running to see what's going to be happening next 40 years. But what you need to know is the vision is big. When I watch Candace and I see where she's going and how much she loves being a mom, family, all of those things, she fights and she's evolving, even herself, recreating herself constantly. I don't know what the future looks like and what they're going to be doing. But by the way, when you go to Vegas odds, what you're starting to see a lot of names popping up on Vegas odds. Candace Owens, presidential VP Vegas odds. What are those names all about? I'm not insinuating VP, by the way. All I'm saying is I am glad people like her exist who have the audacity to fight, because God knows what she may be called to do the next 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And I'm excited about that. And I guarantee you, the folks on the establishment side hate the fact that that possibility exists. And I love it, and I'm sure you do as well. So having said that, Candace, thank you for coming on. You're amazing. To everybody out there watching, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
It's so fun.
There's been some drama in West Virginia, my home country, okay? Technically, I'm from Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but it's still like my home, even though the roads are way worse. The drama I'm talking about is the drama that is centered with the Whitaker family. You've probably seen them before online. There's a channel called Soft White Underbelly. It is an incestual family that lives in squalor, basically.
So what are your names? I'm sorry. Who's this?
His name's Ray.
Ray. I remember Ray. I photographed you, right? Do you remember? Years ago. And your name is?
Lorraine.
Lorraine? And Timmy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's rude to say that they're incestual, but one of them barks.
Hello everyone, my name is Caleb. Today's video is sponsored by another company that I am a part of now, called OneUp. It's face care, because everyone likes to overcomplicate shit, but not me. That's why I've partnered up with OneUp. You guys have been saying in the comments how smooth and supple my skin looks. It's because of OneUp. I've been using it for a long time. One pump, once a day. That's all you gotta do. It's full of really good, it's actually a good product. It's awesome. I get to work with my friends on it. It's pretty fucking cool. My beautiful girlfriend. Why do you think she's so beautiful? Get 25% off your order by using code OOMPA. Click the link in the description. Thank you to OneUp for sponsoring this video. I don't know if I need to say that, if I'm like a share, if I own some of the company. I don't know how that works really, but this is my 5th bottle of it. My 5th bottle.
It's a story we've all heard before when speaking about West Virginia. And a fella that we've also talked about before, a guy by the name of Tyler Oliveira, decided to investigate this family and got himself in the middle of something he definitely cannot handle on his own.
Known for its many negative stereotypes, ranking #1 in depression, #2 in poverty, #4 in drug addiction, I'm gonna visit the poorest towns in this dead state once fueled by its booming coal mine industry, starting in the 3rd poorest town, Martinsburg, and ending in odd West Virginia.
Insane situation. Honestly, Tyler Oliveira is cool. Soft White Underbelly, I think, is a great channel. It's the whole thing is wild. So who exactly are the Whitakers, if you haven't heard of them? So the canonical Whitakers are a family in West Virginia that consists of 4 people. 3 siblings, Lorraine, Betty, and Ray, and then Timmy, the son of Lorraine. He's a nephew to the other 2 siblings, I guess. I just want to ask y'all, by the way, do you think the Whitakers, do you think that's how everybody is in West Virginia? Because it's not. It's not how everybody is in West Virginia. A lot of people think that people from Virginia and Kentucky and West Virginia and Tennessee and all of Appalachia are just like this. This is not really that common. There's not an inbreeding epidemic per se. There is what's called a massive misrepresentation of wealth and an inability for the government to properly represent the people of the areas in which they live, and just hundreds of years of failure that have culminated into small communities throughout Appalachia that are so unbelievably poor and downtrodden and just basically 3rd world. These siblings' parents were first cousins, like I said, because they both share the same set of grandparents.
Henry and Sarah's 5th child was John Emroy Whitaker in 1913, and John and Ada's 6th child was Gracie Irene Whitaker in 1920. Both were paternal first cousins, sharing the same grandparents, Thomas and Elizabeth, but also second cousins sharing the same great-grandparents, James and Lucy.
And due to this, they have a lot of developmental issues, mental issues, etc.
What are you eating tonight for dinner?
If you didn't know, breeding with your first cousin is bad.
Inbreeding basically means that there's no diversity of the genetic pool, so bad genes are magnified. With outbreeding, is that a word?
Personally, I cannot even begin to explain the familial lineage of the Whitaker family. But a channel called Mortal Faces has done this for us, and if you're curious about the exacts, check this video out to see their full lineage explained, and also a little bit more on their story.
From the outside, they could seem strange and mysterious with their nonverbal members like Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy, but when we get to view them up close, we came to realize, yeah, they're poor, yeah, they're messy, but they care for each other, and each of them have their own personalities and contributions to the family.
And their first video came out in 2020 on Soft White Underbelly. That's when they were exposed to the internet.
What's your favorite memory, Ray? Do you remember anything about your life?
Why the f are we talking about them 4 years on? Well, like I said, Tyler Oliveira, another YouTuber, decided to investigate them for himself, and he wanted to do it in an interesting way. He wanted to help them out.
Come on. Got all this for you guys. You gotta use those coloring books.
Tyler posted a video a few days ago where he investigated the poorest region in America. That is West Virginia. Not Virginia. Do not confuse those two. They are totally separate, totally different. One is Virginia, whereas where I'm from, the western part of Virginia, and then West Virginia is right here, and it's different. It's very different from Eastern Virginia. I promise. As per his other videos, this is kind of what he does. He investigates places, dangerous places like St. Louis and New Orleans. These thumbnails are wild, holy f. And by God, has his content changed drastically from about a year ago. I flew an Ender Dragon across America. Really? Are you sure? That doesn't seem possible.
I'm gonna fly an Ender Dragon across America, starting in Miami and ending 2,700 miles away in Los Angeles.
I'm not even sure what to say other than good job, man. Good job switching. So anyway, while in West Virginia, he visited multiple different towns. He asked individuals about drugs, boredom, the incest epidemic in this part of the country.
It's the biggest thing to do for fun out here.
Go to sleep and then go back to work.
I think we all are just really bored and really poor, so the only thing to do is work and get high.
And the only fun thing that there is to do, apparently, and that is to gamble! Yes! Big wins! Big hits! Casinos! 99% quit before their big win!
Gambling made me a trillionaire, it's true.
Prove it, Donnie.
I've got it on video.
You might be wondering, with a town of almost 19,000 people and the streets completely empty on a Saturday, what do the people do for fun down here besides drugs?
That's crazy. I was wondering why the city was so empty, and it turns out everyone and their mother is at the casino.
After visiting a few different areas, he makes his way to Odd, West Virginia, the home of the Whitakers, and one of my favorite places in West Virginia, I'm gonna be honest. Pretty fucking cool. Yellow Springs, Cape and Bridge, Odd, Morgantown, Charlestown. You see, Tyler was introduced to the Whitaker family through Soft White Underbelly by seeing them on YouTube like most of us, and he was interested and wanted to actually go investigate because he actually goes out and does things.
A couple of years ago, I saw this video on YouTube titled Inbred Family, The Whitakers, where this guy, Mark Laida, records his interaction with a family suffering a long history of inbreeding.
Do you remember anything about your life?
Hey.
And you lost your other brother.
Soft White Underbelly is a channel that is operated and owned by Mark Laita.
Hey everybody, this is Mark.
He's got hundreds of videos on his channel full of interviews with, you know, really interesting people. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And the most popular series that he has by pretty far is his interview with the Whitakers.
Mark has made 13 videos with the Whitakers with a combined total of 89.13 million views.
Constant checkups on their well-being. He seems to actually care about these people. He's very respectful.
This is Elle, my assistant.
Hi. We're making the Whitakers breakfast. Do you have milk?
No, I don't.
No milk. Okay, that's okay. We'll have healthy eggs.
You got milk? Nugget. You got any milk?
Milk? Or cream?
Any Bobby?
No? Okay, that's okay.
I got buttermilk.
He doesn't make jokes. I don't think he's from Virginia. So people who aren't from Virginia don't make as many jokes about people from West Virginia. Over the years, and I have been keeping up, Mark has continually visited and contacted the Whitakers in order to make sure that they are not only doing fine, that they're all right and they're healthy, but also getting them some attention that they need, whether it be through funds or just basic groceries.
All right, whatever you want. Get whatever you want. You want a watermelon? Can you grab it? Grab a melon. Basket.
This is absolutely how most people know about the Whitakers, and Mark is an integral part of their lives and popularity at this point. I love this video, by the way. It's such a sweet video. He takes them shopping, and they go to Walmart. He tells them that they can go get whatever they want, and they just get the basics. Basic necessities, food for themselves, food for their pets. Very basic stuff. No fucking Xboxes, no nonsense, no Mr. Beast shit. I think it really shows you what kind of people they are. In spite of being inbred, I think this is the reason why this is so popular. It's not people being like, oh, ha, 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 inbred hillbillies. I think it's just like a really interesting little experiment of humanity by Mark and the Soft White Underbelly channel. It's cool. It's makes you feel a little bit warm and fuzzy inside, in all honesty. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just soft and I didn't grow up in Virginia long enough. Tyler was very interested in this and wanted to get in on the epic piece of pie. So he emailed Mark and wanted to see if he could introduce him to the Whitakers. Hey Mark, my name is, and I represent Tyler Oliveira on YouTube, a channel with 4 million plus subscribers. We saw all of your interviews on YouTube and really respect the style and uniqueness you bring to YouTube and how you portray all those you interview. We are currently interested in filming a video about the Whitaker family in West Virginia. I was wondering if you'd help us get in touch since you've done so much with them. We would love to help show the world the compassion they have and support the GoFundMe to help get them a new home. Please let me know as soon as possible. Thank you, Tyler. However, we got an interesting response from Mark. Hi, Tyler. Sulfite Underbelly has an exclusive contract with the Whitaker family for all content creation. We are also currently in talks about a television series with the broadcast network. Thank you so much for thinking of us. Oh, Sulfite Underbelly. This gave Tyler a bit of a red flag since Soft White Underbelly has milked about 13 videos, 90 million views total from the Whitaker family, so it seems like, from his perspective, maybe there's something going on here. Maybe they're being taken advantage of. That's what it seems like.
How's the house coming along?
What house?
I
don't know what house. We have to Mark about the house.
What did Mark say about the house? Paige wants to get an update.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think he's...
Well, we ain't got no more money either. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, no, it's your love.
From my understanding, there's like, I don't know, $50,000 or $60,000 in there?
We'll get back to the numbers later, okay? But he couldn't get in contact with the Whitakers, so he went through someone else, a person named Paige. And Paige gave Tyler a grocery list to deliver to the Whitakers, as well as the, suggesting to do a wellness check on them also.
I reached out to the only other person I could find who had made contact with the Whitakers, Paige, a sweet special ed teacher from Alabama who checks up on Betty, the matriarch of the family, almost every day over the phone. And after talking to Paige, she was ecstatic to get me a grocery list of all the things the Whitakers needed and allowed me to drop them off on her behalf and to do a wellness check on them in the winter.
He pulls up and explains who he is and drops off the groceries for them.
How you doing? We're friends. We got a grocery list for y'all. Good to meet you. Betty?
Yeah, I'm Betty.
All right, Betty. Timmy? Hey, how you doing, Timmy?
Hi.
Right, right here.
Okay.
Okay. Hi. Good to meet you. Hi. You staying warm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sticks around and has a little chat with his fella little boy.
Oh, wow. Hi. Hi. He's so cute. Cute. Mm-hmm.
Little boy.
Hey, little boy.
What you got, little boy?
Go to the picture.
Yeah.
Hey, little boy.
How old is little boy?
I don't know how old he is.
He's the newest addition to the family.
Yeah.
He's a cute little boy.
Man, it reminds me of home. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I ain't even shitting you. That's real shit right there, bud. You ever been to the Shenandoah Valley? You ever been to South Fork, Shenandoah? Oh my God, you go west of Paris Mountain, you're not sure who the fuck you're gonna run into. Basically, anything west of Paris Mountain is just West Virginia. All right, I'm from West Virginia. I'm not from Virginia, I'm from West Virginia. He just kind of all around hangs out with him and pets that adorable little dog, little boy, and it's awesome. But there was a bit of shade thrown towards Soft White Underbelly that got his attention.
I started a GoFundMe linked in this video's description and donated $10,000 of my own money. If you feel moved by these innocent souls and want to help them live their elderly years in peace, feel free to donate below. Mark, if you have any honor, let's combine whatever my viewers and I raise, your two GoFundMes, and let's get the Whitakers a new house for reals.
He takes this little line of shade and then kind of calls out Mark, says, hey Mark, if you have any honor, let's combine our streams together and let's help out the Whitakers. So it seems like it's from a good place, but it's also like bad info. I don't really know. Mark responded though, okay? Because we don't really know what's going on. We're hearing it directly from the horse's mouth here, which is Lorraine. I'm just going to say that Lorraine probably is not a great source for talking about money.
I don't know what house. We have to Mark about the house.
What did Mark say about the house? Paige wants to get an update.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think he's...
Well, we ain't got no more money either. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think Lorraine or the Whitaker family know that they are in a contract exclusively to film with Soft White Underbelly. And I think that's probably what Tyler's kind of worried about here. He's like, are these people being taken advantage of?
In every one of these videos, Mark currently has a GoFundMe link with the mission to help the Whitaker family purchase a new home, with $55,692 raised thus far, in addition to a previous 2022 GoFundMe GoFundMe that generated $12,000 for a new house. And for those preferring other ways to donate, you can also PayPal or Cash App Mark Laida directly. With $77K and however much else was sent to Mark directly, there's another GoFundMe to help the over 7,000 people who have been interviewed for the Soft White Underbelly channel, with $48,000 total raised on it right now. Who gets any of this money and how is it divided, we'll never know.
So, Mark, the fellow behind Soft White Underbelly, a very handsome guy who looks like he's getting his school book picture taken, school yearbook. I didn't go to school, I'm a fraud. I don't know what that is. I've never had one of them. He saw Tyler's video and felt the need to respond to some questions that were raised after Tyler's video went live. Some things that he needs to address here, such as potentially the idea that the money from the GoFundMe was not actually going to help the Whitakers. That was the implication, sort of, not directly said, but it's like, it's kind of getting at that, right? This is not silly, this is not goofy, this is serious.
There's a young YouTuber named Tyler Oliveira, I believe his name is, but he posted a video about the poverty in West Virginia, but he spent some time with the Whitaker family and asked a lot of questions about the GoFundMe that my channel has that benefits the family. And I thought I'd answer everyone's question.
Mark says that the GoFundMe that he made when he first interviewed the Whitakers has made a lot of money. And the goal of the GoFundMe was to help them with living expenses and ideally get them a new home someday.
If you've watched that video, you've got a lot of questions about what's going on with the GoFundMe for the Whitakers. This GoFundMe that I've had for years, since I've been interviewing the family, has generated a lot of money for the family. It was always designed to help them with their living expenses.
Their home is a shithole. Like, it's very shitty. It's a terrible, ugly-ass house. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to stand on business, okay? About how I'm kind of getting into interior design, and that shit is fucking ugly as fuck. My God. At one point, Mark says that he started an entirely new GoFundMe with the house fund as the primary goal.
End of last year, we changed it to we started a new GoFundMe, and I tried to start a new one so it would look like this is how much money we're going to get for the house. And as we accumulated money for that, I was thinking, hey, we're getting closer to our goal.
Now you can hear him explain it, but it's a bit to chew, so here's a more visual breakdown. GoFundMe number 1 was started August 24th, 2002. It was for a home and living expenses, nothing specific. And the use of funds for both of those purposes made it hard to see exactly what the money was being used for, because you can't just buy a house with $95,000. It's not in 1998. So because of this lack of clarity and the direction that the funds were going, another GoFundMe was created to coexist with the original. GoFundMe number 2 was created in September 3rd, 2023, a little over a year later. And this had the sole purpose of raising money for a new home for the Whitakers. And the description of the second fund says that $12,000 from the original fund went towards the fundraiser, this new one, for just a house. And the gross total for the fundraisers for the Whitakers was over $150,000, which Tyler O'Vera is sort of alleging never actually went to the family that it was raised for.
Mark currently has a GoFundMe link with the mission to help the Whitaker family purchase a new home, with $55,692 raised thus far, in addition to a previous 2022 GoFundMe that generated $12,000 for a new house. And for those preferring other ways to donate, you can also PayPal or Cash App Mark Laida directly, with a minimum of $77K raised directly for the house, in addition to however much was sent to Mark directly via Cash App and PayPal, and however much money generated from, let's say, just the first video he made with the Whitakers, an extremely conservative estimate of $82,000, assuming a $2 RPM. We have a minimum of $159,000 in the home fund here.
Mark, in his response video to Tyler, explains the situation in a bit more detail. He says that every few weeks, he would get a call from Larry, Betty, somebody asking for new money. Get a new car, needing to buy food, etc.
The problem has been that Betty and Larry will call me every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and say, hey, we need money for a car. Larry wrecked his car. We need a new car. We need food. We need this. We need that. It's always an emergency, and they need money. And it is their money. But this money is, all these donations are for the Whitakers. And when they tell me they need money, what am I going to say? No, you can't have it. We're saving it for a house. So I give them the money. Sometimes it's $5,000. Sometimes it's $4,000. Sometimes it's $6,000, or one time it was $14,000. Sometimes it's $3,000 or $2,000. but it adds up.
By the way, we talked about Betty. We didn't talk about Larry. All right, he wasn't really in the original stuff. I don't really know why he wasn't included in there. Mark wouldn't say no to them, obviously, because it's their money and people donate the money to them. He's not going to gatekeep the money, and who in the family, what, it makes sense. So the amount of money that the Whitakers were requesting would just add up. Every couple weeks, they would call for more money. Thousands would get chipped away. Mark even shared bank records of the transfers to the Whitakers.
So even though we've generated, I think the earlier GoFundMe had about 77,000 before we ended it, and then this one currently now has 55. The one for the house is 55,000. That totals what, 120, 130,000 roughly.
It's starting to look like that they need a financial guard. They need a wealth manager. They need a JP Morgan hookup is what they really need. A CPA, a CFO, somebody. All right, how about Thomas Whitaker, the one who fucking escaped to New York City, to the big city, all right? The big city of New York City, West Virginia. The bank record transfers go from January 31st, 2024, all the way back to September 28th, 2022, totaling over $100,000 in money sent. He also shares that they get every cent after taxes are taken out, which is fair, and he handles the taxes, obviously, because if he left that responsibility to them, the IRS would involve themselves, and that would definitely happen for sure.
Keep in mind that money still, we still need to pay tax on that money. Somebody needs to pay the tax. If I left it up to the Whitakers to pay the taxes, I think we'd have a problem with the IRS. And I don't want to get the Whitakers involved in any kind of tax problem, so I chose to pay the tax on that money, and they get every cent that is left after the taxes are taken out.
And by the way, government agencies don't like the people of West Virginia, especially not the poor and downtrodden. Not just West Virginia, anywhere, dude. Government agencies really hate poor people. It's kind of weird. And the middle class. Mark explains that the constant draw of the GoFundMe has left it completely depleted, and then explains that whenever they've called over the last few months, he's given them money from his own pocket to make sure that they are taken care of, which is completely fair and respectable, but it isn't what makes good clickbait. It isn't what makes good content. It needs to be provocative.
Because I've gotten these not weekly, but every few week calls from Betty or Larry asking for money, the money that's in these accounts gets depleted. It's always happened with them, where it looks, you look at the GoFundMe, it's generating money. All of a sudden there's 55,000. Oh, we're getting closer. No, you're not, because they took out 5, and they took out 6, and they took out 8, and then they took out 14, and they took out 3, and it keeps it low. It's 0 right now. It's been 0 for a few months. Larry and Betty have called me, asked me for money. I've given it to them out of my own personal bank account, not out of their GoFundMe donations, because I like helping the family. But without the ability to stop spending and start saving, we're never going to get close to that house.
An off-screen voice comes into the video and says that Tyler's video has spread quite a bit of misinformation because an accurate depiction of information wouldn't be as juicy or scandalous.
Basically, it's there are people on social media that create these like scandal stories. They're not factual.
It's misinformation.
They're misinformation. They're making up facts to create a scandal. Like, wouldn't it be juicy if Software Underbelly was collecting GoFundMe donations and not, he was keeping the money? Ooh, that'd be a really juicy story. So that's what he designed. He didn't ask me. He never called me. He did call me once to ask if you could give them my contact info, but I don't want to give out the contact info of everybody I interview.
And watching it back, you can tell the shade cast on Soft White Underbelly by Betty. I can't remember their names, dude. I think it's Betty. That was talking smack, I think, right? But she wasn't really talking smack. She spoke to Mark the other day. There ain't no money for a house. Of course, there ain't no money for no damn house.
What house? I don't know what house. What do you have to Mark about the house?
What did Mark say about the house? Paige wants to get an update.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Betty, it's because your family spent it all on cars and food and stuff, which is fine. $150,000 is not that much money over a 3-year period for a family of like 6 people. Mark does say that he received communication from Tyler to get into contact with the Whitakers, but he didn't give him the Whitakers information, because if he did that for everyone, so many people are trying to get into contact with the Whitakers. He does that for everyone that he interviews. He doesn't pass on their numbers. He's just complete and total, open, closed case. He lets them contact them. It's not his responsibility. They're not a fucking white pages.
How many requests for the Whitaker contact info did we get back then?
So many. It would have ruined their life if all the people got their
so we have to figure out a way to keep everybody from just going to the house and it becoming like a problem for them.
In this, he does admit that the exclusive contract is just a false lie. It's not real. That would be bad, honestly. That's a fucking huge red flag. If the exclusive contract was legit, that sounds worse than the truth by a lot. I don't really know if that's like, just be honest, be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to share their number out of respect for their privacy. No, actually, we're working on building a show and exploiting them massively. It was bad. He should have just been fully upfront. At least he admitted to lying, I guess.
So I made up excuses why I'm not going to give out the contact information.
You've done that for a lot of guests,
I do
not
it for
just the Whitakers.
Anybody asking for a girl's phone number or a girl's email,
That's
I always say no.
That's right.
Emailing us to get somebody's contact info is not the way to do it.
Mark laments that it is a shame that he has to share a platform with someone like this. That is Tyler Oliveira, saying that it's just the way that social media works now. It's the danger of the modern internet. It's, you know.
It's just a shame that I share a platform with people that do this kind of stuff. I think it's just the nature of our new world with, you know, the confluence of social media and
It's just a race to create content, it feels like. That's all.
yeah, it's just freedom of speech and the internet to combine are dangerous.
The content that Mark makes is good content. It's really interesting, thought-provoking, cool stuff.
And you talk to Eddie, I want to get to use the court to train a little kid, teach him some basketball stuff. Eddie, they called him up. Eddie gave me a locker, towel, use of the court, and a basketball. So that's kind of the sweetest revenge of success.
And then there's Oliveira.
Aliens built the pyramids? No. Egyptians? Yeah. Okay. A lot of people are drinking the Kool-Aid.
And me.
It feels pretty good, other than this thing that says tracking failed, just like right in the middle of my vision. What do you mean tracking failed? I don't give a about that. How about that? How about I don't give a fuck?
And like this, it's different worlds. Mark says he's confident that his own audience will be able to see through the bullshit, but he knows that the people who see Tyler's video will think that he's just a scammer, and without the full context, some might even continue to believe.
Some people don't know my reputation. They don't know who I am, and they'll hear a story like this and think, yeah, he's a scammer. He's a con artist. He's keeping the money for the GoFundMe. And I'm sure there's people that are going to believe it, even though I'm showing you the proof in this video. That's just the nature of human beings, I think. You know, it's disappointing that that's the way it goes, but that's what's going on.
You can tell that Mark feels incredibly dejected by this, and he's upset. I would be very, very, very upset. He's not only upset by Tyler's video, but also what Betty Whitaker said, because he's been there for them through everything. And the Whitakers' lives have been drastically better since he entered it, which is probably true.
Like, I haven't done a thing. Look at the Whitakers' lives. Their lives are so much better since I came into it. Their lives have improved greatly since I came into it. And the reason for that is because I'm kind and generous, and I'm helpful. And when they needed help, I came through for them every single time. The fact that Betty comes on stood in front of his cameras and said, when he asked what happened with the money, she goes, I don't know. Come on. Betty knows exactly where that money went. She calls me every 2-3 weeks to ask me for more. And I always ask her, like, what are you doing with all this money? You're living in West Virginia. How can you spend so much money like this? And she goes, I need it.
Maybe, I guess. It's hard to kind of measure that, but monetarily, I'm sure it has been. And Betty told Tyler that she didn't know where the money went from the GoFundMe. Is Betty potentially an instigator here in this situation? Does Betty know something we don't know? Does Betty know that she's about to get Tyler a bunch of views and cause some of the biggest drama to come out of odd West Virginia in the history of the world? Obviously, she just doesn't know. She actually doesn't know, because she's not financially responsible. That's the reason why. It's not because it's just out of ignorance, right? And as a result of this, he has disabled the GoFundMes for the Whitakers and won't do videos with them anymore after this.
I'm gonna discontinue my GoFundMes for the Whitakers. I probably won't even do videos with them anymore. It's just it's left such a bad taste in my mouth after all this. There's other things that are interesting for me in the world.
Ultimately, throughout Mark's video, you can tell how insanely disappointed he is with how all this unfolded, because he's probably had the fire burning under his ass over the last few days since Tyler's video came out. He claims he spent a lot of time with the family, years, in fact, trying to make their lives better, only to have a hungry clickbait YouTuber sabotage everything that he's worked for. That's his perspective. And on top of that, the family acts like in his video that they've never seen any of the money. That's up.
It's left such a bad taste in my mouth after all this. There's other things that are interesting for me in the world. So it leaves a really bad taste in my mouth after what just happened. Like, nobody came to my defense and said, hey, Mark gives us a lot of help, a lot of money. Nobody said that. I never once have ever gotten a thank you from anybody. But that's a whole nother conversation.
He then goes on to describe Tyler as an irresponsible journalist, spinning a narrative he knows nothing about and will just get him views, and doing that over being accurate, hence the irresponsible description of the word journalist.
That's what's going on. I'm sorry that this happened. A lot of people got confused and thought maybe I'm a scammer or a con artist. I'm not. This is just a case where this young YouTuber who's doing some irresponsible journalism decided not to get any input from me and just decided to take a story and run with it because he knew it was going to get a lot of views, which it has. I take the hit on that. My reputation gets tarnished. He makes a lot of money. I mean, I guess it helps me because I make a lot of money too when people see these stories and they go to my channel to comment something terrible about how I'm evil and terrible. That's just social media. It's frustrating, but that's the world we live in.
He even calls Betty in the video, the woman who he's been sending the money to, and the woman who told Tyler she didn't know where the money is. She admitted calling him for money in this video.
Yeah, I know you've been. I know I've been calling.
Yeah, I know. So I just want to make sure because like when Tyler interviewed you, he asked you like, what's going on with the money? And you said, I don't know. And he asked you about the house and you said, what house? And it made it look like I'm not giving you guys money. Am I giving you guys money?
Yeah, you've been giving money, but I didn't know you've been giving money for the house down there now, Mark.
Well, I told you, and we talked about this, that we're going to try to generate money for a house.
I know.
Okay, but I've given you over $100,000, like in the last year or so, a couple of months over a year, like the last 14 months, I've given you about $100,000. That adds up to a lot of money. You didn't mention that to Tyler.
Well, I didn't know. That's so funny. I love cute old Appalachian people. It's just a big misunderstanding, dude, obviously. Mark's response received extremely well. As you can imagine, he seems like an honest guy. He's doing something on the internet that all of us, the desperate people who are clickbaiting and shit, we will never be able to feel the satisfaction that he feels when he interviews someone in the way that he interviews people. It's really interesting content. Tyler, in response to Mark's response, made a response video.
All right, update on the Whitakers and Mark Laida. One day ago, I uploaded a video about West Virginia. In the last 7 minutes of the video, I go to the Whitakers' house, drop off some groceries, and I ask Betty Whitaker what's going on with the house and where is the money. I'm referring to a GoFundMe set up by Mark Laida.
So now we have the whole story. Tyler wanted to talk to the Whitakers for his investigation of the poorest state in America, West Virginia.
Now, I asked Betty what's going on with the money. She says, Mark says we've run out of money. What house? What do you mean, basically? So I uploaded this to my video and I open-endedly asked Mark, what's going on with the GoFundMe? Where's the money? I did not accuse him of doing anything. I did not call him names. I merely asked the question I myself was curious about, and thousands of other people in Mark's own channel have asked him.
And now people online are saying that Tyler has ruined the relationship between Mark and the Whitakers, and he's caused a bad thing to happen.
Many people are saying I've basically ruined the relationship between them, when in reality, that's between them. If Mark wants to cut them off for not maybe fully understanding the situation, and he is that frustrated that one person with a platform asked the question of what's going on with the public GoFundMe, with public funds donated to the GoFundMe by strangers who care about these people. If me asking that question has elicited a response in which he cancels GoFundMes forever because it calls into question what? The timeline in which he intends on giving these people the money, his ethics, what's going on? Genuinely, I'm asking a very basic update question of, hey, there's a lot of people that have donated to this GoFundMe. What's going on with the money?
But Tyler claims that he's simply just asking a question that other people had, and Mark is upset because Tyler had a platform that now makes him look like the bad guy, which is weird because he did literally make him look like the bad guy by saying, if you have any honor, you'll give the money to he already gave all the money to the Whitakers. Tyler does give credit to Mark for managing the money and giving it to them instead of keeping it for himself, which is, yeah, that's good.
He is the manager of the funds donated to the GoFundMe for them. If he just sent that update, me and so many other people would not have been so confused and asked the question. I just asked the question of what was going on. His response is obvious frustration and the receipt showing the transfers, which that's good.
Thank God he's actually sent them the money. I think that's great.
And on top of this, Tyler donated $10,000 to his own GoFundMe, which only has 16,000 now out of 100,000. So it's not as hot as the soft white underbelly one, and overall this situation is kind of fucking weird. Tyler ends his response video claiming he never intended to attack Mark personally, but questioned the way that he responded over a simple question.
I never intended this to be a personal attack towards Mark. I think it was a very reasonable question that I and many other people had of what's going on with this money, what's the update. His response to all this is interesting. If one person with a voice elicited this reaction, I'm not sure what to make of that. But to Mark's credit, the money was sent. Whatever amount of money we raise by the end of this month will be sent to the Whitakers with receipts and videos. Thanks for watching.
Which is absolutely a misrepresentation of the true matter of the situation. Calling someone out for their honor in them donating money to poor and downtrodden people when they did, and insinuating that they didn't, and
Look at this libtard just standing there with his hand on his waist, still looking very, very confused.
Do you want to drink water before we go?
Bring the water. Bring it.
Put your t-shirt now, honey.
That's okay.
Okay, you're gonna get warmer.
Just bring the bag.
Yeah, we...
No, we got it above the high tide line. See where the seaweed is? There you go, baby. Huh? Wait up.
On God, Captain, listen to Marcel. She is right, on God. Marcel knows what she was talking about, on God.
I hope you guys can see how big that is. Go film it.
Captain is just running away from the libtard brother.
This is way pinker than where we were the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, because here is complete version. You know, nobody came here. Oh, look at this. Wow.
Come on, bruh, stop it. No, I didn't mean it. No, you said what I said. I'm racist. Me, Ginger Beardy. Cancel me.
We made you.
Oh no.
Oh, you Loco, you absolute fucking donkey, bruv.
No.
I set that up perfectly, and he's literally embarrassed that I done it. And now he's literally just done that. You see that sabotage there, guys? Unbelievable, bruv.
That's because you got all the points here.
Bruv, I was just setting it up. If you wanted to set it up, you fucking can. Right, oh my god, right. Wait, no, you're gonna have to go first, Juan. No, Loco, Loco! Oh my... Loco, you're gonna get sucked in now, bro. Come out, come out, come out, come out. I'm not joking.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Oh, wait, we have to range him.
It's over. As soon as Loco said, oh, you have to range him, I know it's over. It is fucking done. There is no point. It is literally done.
Bro, I've done this once, man. I'm always skipping faster.
Wait, I'm praying mage as well, I just realized. Wait, you're praying mage as well?
I was doing what you were doing.
Oh, my bad, boys.
Yeah, you're trolling me.
Don't eat Loco, whatever you do. I'm not even trolling. Just skip it. Man, I'm gonna have no fucking run energy in a minute, bro. Oh, this is fucking over. This is legit so fucking over. I've got no energy, bro. Oh no. What happens to the clean raids? Now we're literally doing like a joke thing where whatever we get, we have to do it. Oh, you might want to eat.
Oh, okay.
Hey! Oh my...
I already ate, man.
Wow.
Wow! Master Combat! Stop, drop, and roll! Wow, though!
Oh my...
Wow! No way you just stole... Oh, wait, never mind.
That was my...
Sorry. Yeah, I actually nearly stole that from you. Sorry, bro.
I'm gonna yell at you.
Yeah? Gonna fucking punish me?
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Yeah?
No,
You
I'm
fucking dirty little cunt. Come on in. What are you gonna do? Come on in. Meow for me. Meow for me.
Bark for you.
Go on in. Bark.
Wait, why are you stealing my stuff?
My shit. It doesn't say your name on it.
Oh, shit.
Bro.
Oh, shit. He's stealing your stuff, bro. What are you gonna do about that? You're gonna have to teach him a lesson. Fuck him.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
We were talking earlier about Turkish gangs. Don't wanna have one on your ass, huh?
True. Actually true. That's racist, though. You can't say that.
I'm Turkish, though. I can say it whenever I want.
Racism.
It's
Doesn't
like
matter.
how people, of course, can say the certain word.
Okay. Right, there's a... Fucking hell. Right, let me put...
Hey, I didn't say anything wrong. I said it.
No, I know, but you're gonna enable someone in chat because my chat are just a bunch of racists at heart. Especially that yup geezer. He's mega racist, he is.
The ambulance always dropping his brews, man. I wonder if this guy's just losing.
Mate, he's
his
rich.
rank.
He's just rich. Like, he's got so much money that he has to drop items on the floor to, like, yeah.
He's dropping like 3 million brews every day.
So if I'm brain dead... Okay. There you go. There you go. There's one of them.
Whoa!
There you go. What you done, Loco?
Hey, it's not my fault, man. Don't put the blame on me.
Jacko, are you friends with Loco? Tell me the truth. I bet you he is.
Say no, say no, say no.
Loco is Jacko's all. You reckon?
light one up. You guys are taking too long.
I'm just getting one invent.
I got 3 invents.
Yeah, but I had to deal with your fucking shit. I had to fucking sort out the chat. That's okay. You know what? I'll get this points. It's fine. Don't worry. Oh, that's fine. Right, let's go. Raids with voice calls is actually joke chat. Do you agree or no?
So we can say unhinged things.
Yeah, we can just rip the fuck out of each other and shit. I kind of like it. It's like more social. I can't do it. I can't do it all day though, because like, I like you two, but I don't really like you guys. I'm just here for the raids.
Okay, dickhead. I already forgot what I was about to say.
Probably something racist knowing you.
Just Papa Slama, okay?
Oh yeah? You want me to hit you? Call me Papa.
No.
Papa Slammer? Papa Slammer? Papa Slammer? Papa Slammer? Do you respect that I knew what that meant?
I'm actually concerned where you learned it.
There you go, bro. I'm a professional, mate. You see that, guys? Bilingual, bruv. Yeah? That's me, blood. Yeah? Bilingual. Man talk multiple languages, blood. Man speak all of them. All of them languages there. Yeah? All of them languages, blood. Man speak... Man's bilingual, blood. Yeah? Lads, we made it. Wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it's not like I don't have an overload or anything.
It's okay, you can make it. You got the herb lore level, bruv. You're like max, no?
I see the aim.
Mate, make a fucking overload, I beg.
No.
Mate, make a fucking overload, bruv. You're the damage, bruv.
You will not catch me making an overload in a
Oh my god.
I can make an overload, but I need to bring a pie.
So you can't make one?
I can make one, but I don't have a pie.
Yeah, so you can't make one. Do you know how to make an overload?
Yeah.
No, Wambulance, do you know how to make an overload?
Yeah, you need the 3 different ones. It's whatever they're called.
Why don't you make it?
You didn't take 6 then. You want to put you...
Go rake patch.
It's fine.
Fucking hell, I can't fucking stand this fucking cunt.
Wow.
He's only motivated to do TOA. If it was in TOA and he had to do something, he would have fucking done it 15 times over by now, bro. Because it's Chambers, he's like, nah, CBA. You know what I mean? No shadow. No point.
Why aren't you doing TOA though?
Because I don't have the gear for it yet.
I see.
Patriot, I'm afraid, brother, that we do not have the Ranger boots just yet. At the beginning of every day, I think what I'm going to do is catch 500 Eclectic Implings, chat some shit with the chat, and then for the rest of the day, I'm going to like go for other goals and shit. Because then it sort of like breaks it up quite nicely. I get like 20, on average, I should get like 20, 25-ish caskets. So I think that's going to be the goal, bro. A day? What? Catching 500 Eclectics? That's not that bad, bro. Genuinely. I know you're a lazy cunt, but I'm not. Got him, dude. I don't know what is there. Mate, 500 days not 500 a day. That's not that bad, bro. It's literally like an hour and a half I would say overall with doing the clues, that's like 3 hours or 4 hours a day. Like combined for everything. If that. Oh my god, I didn't get a prayer enhance.
Good shit, bro.
Oh, fuck. Will I be okay with 4 normal? Yeah, you know what? I'll be fine.
Ready when you are.
I'm not. My entire invent is fucked. 1 sec.
Oh my god.
Shut up!
Hurry up.
Listen, mate.
I'm falling asleep.
I hate this guy. You're kicked.
I love you too, man.
Oh, yeah, you love me, daddy? Okay, wait 1 sec. Yo, Fizo, thank you for the follow, mate. Weezo. Right, I'm ready, boys. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. You know what? I'm going to take another Xerix A just in case. I don't know if that's a bit too much, but...
His hand is crippled. Play range.
Jeezy on Arcane Scroll. Bro, if we get an Arcane Scroll, I will be so fucking happy, bro.
Either you get an arcane scroll or I'm getting a dex scroll.
I'm down. Are you splitting with Wambulance like me?
I can split, but I don't have money for a T-Boo split. I'm poor.
Okay. That's fair. We'll just take you dropping the T-Bow off your Iron Man for it.
Awesome. I'm logging off and then name changing triple.
Too late, I've put a script on you. It'll track you. Oh, GG, you're getting fucked. Bang, 46 to the brain.
I'm disabled.
Oh my god, look at the movement. Wow, though.
No one even reacted to me saying I'm disabled.
Yeah, no, because you made that joke 5 times now. Sorry.
That was the first time I made that joke, man.
No, you didn't. When the hand came in, you said...
That was something else. I said I was
crippled.
crippled. Yeah, crippled is something else. Crippled and disabled are 2 different things. Oh, I see.
I'd say they're very similar, no?
No, they're very different.
Isn't being crippled a form of disability?
No.
But so a person that's crippled is fully abled?
Yeah.
Mate, you are off your chops.
I mean, they are physically not able to, but
Listen, mate,
mentally
I love
they
you,
are,
but I had a fucking 5-hour conversation about how weed is like, I don't know what the conversation is. Oh, GG, ambulance, you're dead. It's over. Wow, though.
I mean,
Wow.
I was talking in a sense of mental ability.
Oh. Wow, I see. What do you mean?
Yeah, the first one was about the physical ability, and then this one was about the mental one. See how I saved myself there, guys?
I've reported you anyway for being offensive towards disabled people.
What do you mean? I have an uncle that's disabled.
Yeah, well, you should know better.
Okay.
You have now been cancelled. The twit longer is up. Is now over for you, little pup.
You will never cancel me.
You want to bet? There's a thing called AI now, buddy.
GG then. It's over. It was already over before it started.
Yeah. Lee, do you think I could do Ramadan? Ingu, with all due respect, shut up.
He can't handle that. He needs his 10 meals a day.
Have you seen Pingu on stream?
No. Oh no, I got to see it.
I know that they say that Allah is accepting of all and anyone can convert and things, but I think even Allah would probably look at you and say, yeah, no, I'm good on this one, bro.
Oh my god.
You'll never know.
No, I do. No, I do. I do, bro. No, I do. 100%. Pingu comes in here every day, tells us that his missus is on the blob and he wants to fucking eat her out. Drinks 10 Stellas a day, eats about 15 cigarettes, goes through about 4 grams of fucking coke within like 5 seconds. What else? Fucking, I don't know, bro. He's beyond help, bro. He's beyond help. He's gone.
He's finished.
Yeah, he's finished.
Wallahi, you finished.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get fucking cancelled now because I'm being racist again. It's over for me, guys.
From the ambulance control. You can go to your spot, little bro.
Shut up, dickhead. I moved out of the way for you in case I got accidental burn. Played everything perfectly for you.
Stop yapping.
Look, again.
Motherfuckers talking Japanese.
That's fine. That's fine. Alright, you watch. You watch. You're literally getting fucking launched. You better hope that you don't get me on the fucking teleports.
I'm gonna teleport.
I'm about to fucking put 150 damage in your fucking cranium.
I'm running to China just to get your ass one-shotted.
Yep, you'll see.
I'll TP to fucking Varrock and you get
I'm
hit
telling
for
you, it's
1K.
over for you, bro.